The following is a presentation of The Day.
Perfection. Few have experienced it. Undefeated, unblemished, unmatched. New London at 22-0 is one step away from regular season perfection. Holly Misto's group are the defending Class LL champs, ranked #1 in the state and have been unrivaled all year. The dynamic Rosie Nicholson, the versatile Cora Sawyer and Spencer Roman, the emerging Ty Pagan and the X Factor, Exaria Melendez, have taken last year's magical season and created a new one of their own. All that stands in the way is the most decorated coach and team of the last 2 decades, NFA and Bill Scarlatta. The Wildcats won 5 straight ECC titles.
The repeat ECC title number 4. Your 2016 ECC champions.
Before losing to New London last year.
There it is. The New London High School Whalers.
And with super sophomore Michaela Poirier-Vaughters leading the way, the Wildcats want to once again cut down the nets. Can New London stay perfect, or will NFA find a way? It's the Whalers and the Wildcats, Misto and Scarlatta. It's for the ECC Division I Championship, and it's on game day, live on theday.com.
Familiar faces in familiar places. It's championship night here in the ECC Division I, and you are watching it on game day, live on theday.com. A sweaty Casey O'Neill along with the sports doctor Keith O'Brien. And say what you will about the gym at Plainfield High School, it is hot. And the 2 teams tonight know each other very well. The #1 seeded New London High School Whalers and the preeminent team of the last decade, the Norwich Free Academy Wildcats.
Yeah, speaking of hot, defending LL state champs in New London and NFA, the pedigree, 7th straight trip to the ECC championship game, Casey.
Well, you know, you mention all the time that Bill Scarlatta's got more jewelry than Gino Auriemma.
Yeah, he does, yes.
And they have been in this game 7 consecutive years. 5 straight until New London beat them last year. Of course, they went on to win the state championship. And now here we are, the Whalers, undefeated, ranked #1 in the state, already with 2 victories over NFA earlier this year, and gunning for the back-to-back state championships that would really put New London as the premier program in the state.
Yeah, but Holly Misto's not overlooking this NFA team. They came on strong late in the year. NFA was very young, and she knows she's in for a dogfight here against Coach Scarlatta. Casey, you said it, 7 state titles for Coach Scarlatta, 9 trips to the finals, 7 out of 9.
Well, you always say that big players need to play big in big games. Well, let's take a look at the big players to watch.
Yeah, sure thing, Casey. How about for New London? We go with junior center Ty Pagan. Athletic, tall, and a great instinct for the game makes Pagan the low post leader for this Whaler team. Ty's a rim protector and leads the team in block shots and rebounds. She has grown into an on-the-court leader for Coach Holly Misto and is ready for any challenge on the floor. And for NFA, how about sophomore forward Michaela Vaughters? Averaging 14 and 8 for the Wildcats, Vaughters has emerged as one of the next great players for Coach Bill Scarlatta. With a strong low post presence and ability to knock down a mid-range jumper, Vaughters is a handful to guard on the offensive end. Super sophomore is ready to have a breakout game in the league's biggest stage.
That's right, sports doctor. And you know, you see Michaela Poirier Vaughters there. She's going to have to be bigger than a sophomore today in this game because they are an incredibly young team around her. This NFA team has a very bright future, and if you think that you are done seeing them in these finals, they're going to be here for the next few years.
Yeah, and I had a chance to talk to Coach Scarlatta a few times throughout the course of the year, Casey, and it's the same thing. He says, we're young, we're growing, we're starting to get a little bit, and you know what? As the season progressed, they started to gel and click, and surprise, surprise, here they are again for looking for another chip.
You know, when you talk to Coach Scarlatta, you know, he's been here so many times. This is second nature to him, and he knows that he's got a special chance this year. They're the underdog, which is never the case for them.
Right, he's great at downplaying things. You know, he reminds me of Lou Holtz back in the glory days of Notre Dame when he used to play Rice High School. You're Rice. Oh, we got a tough game. We're not that good. He knows he's sitting on a pretty good team, and you know they're very dangerous in this situation.
and he likes the young sophomores. He likes being able to fly under the radar. You know, they'll go out and they'll give their best effort tonight. On the other side of things, now Holly Misto, this is very important. Holly Misto is wearing her special lucky sweater. This is the sweater that she wore in the championship game last year, their win over Trumbull.
Right.
And then she broke it out for the Capital Prep game this year, and she wore it again this year. She's now wearing it for this game. It's her big game sweater. After a night like tonight, I hope she washed it after the first two.
Well, I would be safe to say that will be her attire, her sweater for the rest of the season this year, because they're all big games from here on out for New London and Coach Holly Misto. And again, finally broke through last year, finally beat NFA, Casey, in the ECC championship, on her way to a state championship. This is a great springboard for either team leading into next week's state tournament.
Let's take a look at the Sports Doctor's keys to tonight's game.
Yeah, sure thing, Casey. For New London, control the tempo. Get out and run at every opportunity. Limit turnovers. Important not to turn the ball over in a championship game in order to come out on top. And last but not least, play tough D. New London has been at its best all year long when the defense leads the way. For NFA, second chance. Hit the offensive glass and create extra scoring opportunities. Handle the pressure. NFA guards will have to be ready to handle the pressure D by the Whalers. And knock down shots. Short range, mid-range, or long range, the Cats will need to be efficient to come up on top tonight.
As we go through the starting lineups tonight, there they are, the Division I cheerleading champions from New London High School. They rocked the crowd at the X this past weekend, and if you haven't seen their routine, go on to theday.com, go to Facebook, Connecticut Game Day Sports, and take a look at the award-winning champion cheerleading performance of New London High School.
If you haven't seen it yet, first of all, where you've been, and you don't know what you're missing. I mean, there's a lot of good things happening in New London right now, Casey. The tradition continues. They're running the state championship by the girls' basketball team. A lot of pride, a lot of Whaler pride up here in Plainfield High School tonight.
Absolutely right, Sports Doctor. So many great things happened this past weekend in the ECC Cheerleading Championships. Game Day was proud to present all of that to you. And tonight begins a run of basketball of the girls and then the ECC semifinals and finals of the boys. But let's meet the players in tonight's game.
Lee Nicholson, Winthrop Elementary. Cora Sawyer, Deansville Elementary School. Leilani McCullen, Winthrop Elementary.
Xaria Melendez, North Windham Elementary School.
Katie Spencer Roman, Nathan Hale Elementary School.
Taina Pagan, Jennings Elementary School.
Madison Keefe, St. Joseph Elementary School.
Deja Uzzo, Jennings Elementary School.
Sophia Torres, Asagachi Elementary School.
Desiree Johnson, Hall School Elementary School. Kaylee Erickson, Franklin Elementary.
Michaela Botters, John Moriarty Elementary.
Sarah Erickson, Franklin Elementary.
Janissa Varela, Veterans Elementary.
Aaliyah Britton, Lisbon Central.
Zoe Furman Cox, John Moriarty Elementary.
Caitlin Dooley, St. James.
Bella Graziano, Huntington Elementary.
Carson Keith, Preston Plains.
Jaden Burns, Uncas Elementary.
Georgia Woodcock, Voluntown Elementary.
Maddie Perino, St. Patrick's School.
Wendy Gethers, John Moriarty Elementary.
Shantae Talley, Integrated Day Charter School.
Aaron Williams, Regional Multicultural Magnet School.
The Storyline Podcast. Conversations with journalists about the communities they cover and the stories they report.
An anonymous tipster said that the DOT workers and contractors on scene had to run for their lives as this dump truck careened toward them. Naturally, something that I wanted to follow up on.
Find us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Game Day is brought to you by the award-winning Submarine Car Wash and Detail Center. Located on Route 12 in Groton, they're your local experts in auto detailing. A variety of car wash coupons are available on theday.com. Print and stop in today. Family First Life. Are you a current or former athlete looking to earn over $100,000 a year? Well, if the answer is yes, contact Family First Life at 860-317-1324.
Well, Casey, New London has beaten everybody they faced this year. They played a very tough out-of-conference schedule, too, whether it's East Haven. We saw them against Capital Prep. Pomperog, they destroyed Pomperog late in the season. So right now, this team is firing on all cylinders. Coach Scarlata, his girls have played a tough out-of-conference schedule as well. They hung in there with Mercy, who's been number 2 in the state all year long. So this is a good matchup here for both of these teams.
We're going to have the sportsmanship announcements on the floor.
And while we're waiting for that, we should tell you that Zach Putnam, James Wyden, and Judy Ruthko are the officials for tonight's game. Madeline Perino for NFA. And Leilani McClellan for New London.
Well, it's championship week, Casey. We are ready to roll. We got a fun week of basketball here on theday.com. Fun week of basketball in the league and across the state. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go tonight.
I'm looking forward to it, Sports Doctor. Let's do this thing. Jaden Burns and Ty Pagan to jump it up for championship. Division I underway. And a quick scrum right off the inbound whistle as Cora Sawyer banged into Britain. And it will be Whaler basketball here for the opening possession. Sawyer will inbound on the far sideline. You see Janissa Varela right in the front guard of Rosie Nicholson.
Well, keep an eye on New London. They like to run a high-low set with Pagan and an X.
In the corner it goes, Sawyer. Back up top to Spencer Roman.
You know, NFA wants to slow tempo down, and New London wants to pick it up.
Inside, nice seal off by Melendez as she beats Burns and scores the first bucket for the Whalers.
You know, that's a bit of a high-low with a side entry pass that time. Nice pass by Spencer Roman, and Melendez delivers.
Good ball pressure from Sawyer, best on-ball defender for New London as she gets Varela tied up. Erickson drives, swings it out on the wing, jumper from the wing, bounces up no good, and Pagan clears, and Nicholson will push for New London. Finds a cutting Pagan, a little jump hook in the lane is short. Ball tipped, Nicholson comes up with it. Running in the lane is no good. There's a strong rebound by Melendez, and the putback is good.
Yeah, active. 50-50 balls being won in the early going here by the Whalers, and Melendez, the X factor out there for Holly Misto.
NFA very deliberate. Britton drives into the paint, kicks it back out.
Straight man-to-man defense by New London.
Erickson, the freshman Erickson, as opposed to the senior Erickson. That's Sarah versus Kaylee. All the way, Varela over the top of Pagan, no good. Pagan with the rebound, outlets, and the Whalers run. Sawyer pulls up the dribble, tries to drop it into Melendez. Nice defense, but now it goes back into Melendez. She spins, wild shot, no good. Good defense by Burns, and a touch foul by Roman.
Yeah, a little cheapy that time by Spencer Roman, a little reach in, a little frustration that time. She's trying to get herself in the game a little bit. Casey, introduce herself in there, mix it up.
And Melendez not as comfortable spinning left as she is when she gets the ball in that good position. And so it's a good job by Burns to sort of force her left. Wild pass, and it's a turnover, and the Whalers will have the ball as Britton and Erickson were not in proper communication. Roman will inbound to the left of her basket. And Melendez, now Whalers will run a set. Instead, Melendez pulls up, and it's off the mark, and out of the pack comes Sarah Erickson. Two freshmen on the court, in the backcourt for NFA right now, Erickson and Varela. And a little heads-up play by Burns, another freshman out there. NFA has three freshmen on the court right now.
Crashing the boards.
Sawyer fakes, drives baseline all the way in for the layup. Nice move by Cora Sawyer.
Yeah, nice job with the ball fake that time by Cora Sawyer. Casey had a lane, took to the baseline, and delivered.
Three freshmen, a sophomore and a senior, and then their star sophomore coming off the bench. A lot of youth out there for NFA. Erickson, wild shot, no good. Nicholson comes out of the pack, and she'll push up tempo all the way to the basket. Loses control, but gets it back, puts up another shot, wide, no good, and a strong rebound by Britton. Up ahead to Burns, a little too strong off the hands of Burns as Varela tried to hit her in stride, and it was just a little too much.
A sloppy play there by the Wildcats to turn over, very costly. Cora Sawyer, Casey, is one of those players that Holly Misto wants to see take over the reins a little bit and be more aggressive on the offensive end. Take some shots, go to the rim. She plays great defense, get a little more over on the offensive end.
Ball tipped and stolen by NFA. Erickson now. Long pass to her sister and throws it out of bounds. The other Erickson.
The volleyball player.
We saw Kaylee earlier this year. She was one of the best.
Yeah. Two sport athletes.
Nicholson now. New London being very deliberate. Sawyer launches a three and buries it.
Well, there you go. If the defense is going to give it to you, Cora Sawyer's got to knock down that shot. She's an added dimension on offense. Good, clean look from the corner. Knocked it down.
New London out to a quick 7-point lead. NFA wants to slow tempo. It's so hard, though. The New London has so many ways to beat you with pressure, with rebounding. Young NFA team. Varela to Burns. Backdoor cut was there, but Erickson couldn't get there in time, and Melendez comes out of the pack with it. Picks up her dribble and now finds Nicholson. Roman drives to the basket. Melendez from the elbow. No good and out. Strong rebound by Roman, and she's going to get fouled and go to the line. Nice work. Spencer Roman would be playing the 4 for most teams in the ECC, and she's really a wing player for New London because of the presence of Pagan and Melendez.
Yeah, and right now, too, I mean, New London is hitting the glass with authority. Second, third chance scoring opportunities for Holly Misto's team. And then there's some, really big athletic athletes down there. I mean, you got Pagan and Melendez and Spencer Roman. You're sprinkling, Rosie and then Cora Sawyer. It's a very, very difficult team to stave off.
It really is, and I can't speak enough about the youth. We should be talking about Bill Scarlotta getting this team to the finals of the ECC. Freshman, sophomore, sophomore, freshman, sophomore, junior, freshman, sophomore, junior, one senior. One senior. That's a lot of youth out there. Any other coach, any other program would be very content saying, hey, this isn't our year to do this. They're in the finals again with the youngest team he's ever had.
7th straight year to the finals.
That's quite an accomplishment as Roman knocks down her first. Biggest lead of the game for New London at 8.
And the concern you have right now, though, if you're Coach Scarlotta, is, you cannot fall too far back in this game because where are you going to get the offense from? How are you going to, succumb being down almost double digits early?
Leilani McClellan checks into the ball game. Her first action, she will replace Roman. So the senior McClellan into the ball game for the junior Roman. And she will pressure Erickson.
Kind of feels like the Boston Garden in here, doesn't it? The old Boston Garden?
Yeah, it really does. The Heat Ducks are on. Drives to the basket. Nice shot, but no good. Too strong by Britton. And Vaughters, who's just into the ball game for NFA, quickly makes her presence felt. So Poirier Vaughters will go to the line and shoot 2 right off the bat. So the sophomore gets into the game and gets into the action.
Yeah, Michaela just averaging just under 14 points a game, 13.8 and almost 9 rebounds a game. And nice touch from the free throw line, too. She has the potential to be the complete package for Bill Scarlotta in years to come.
Yeah, and that's really where she's improved her game a great deal. Much more comfortable at the line, very smooth. That one's short, rebounds by McClendon. They're going to move Nicholson off the ball. And they will let McClellan run the offense.
For a little high-low here, look for Pagan to come up and catch and turn his face.
There she comes in, the nice job by Erickson to cut that off. And New London will be patient. Now nice zip pass to Sawyer, out to McClellan, and she's going to walk before she shot. And nice defensive pressure by NFA.
Leilani McClellan's just one of those girls that's got to just pull a trigger on that. Just let it go, let it fly.
Yeah, sometimes we don't need the extra pass. NFA breaks the pressure with Britton. She goes all the way to the basket, and she's going to draw the foul on Rosie Nicholson, and that will send Britton, the sophomore, to the line for 2.
Yeah, that's the first time in the game, Casey, we saw NFA not only break the pressure, but attack it and try and get to the rim. Nice job that time by Britton.
So the sophomore will shoot 2. First foul on Nicholson. And first one bounces everywhere but into the basket.
You know, we've seen it all year long, too. Teams that are just, you know, content on breaking the pressure and not attacking it, it really does them no good. I mean, once you break the pressure, get over half court, you've got some numbers. At that time you saw Britton and it paid off. She knocks down 1 out of 2 for the line.
Pagan now to Nicholson. They're going to look to get the ball inside every chance they can. They love getting Melendez and Pagan into good positions. And though New London likes to run, they are very patient. There's high post. Pagan dumps into Melendez. Another three-pointer from Sawyer. Back rim, no good. Nice seal out by Erickson.
Yeah, good look that time from Sawyer, though, off the high-low.
Up ahead to Britton with a left hand, no good. Strong rebound by Poirier Waters, and she banks it home. Poirier Waters with the follow.
New London letting NFA hang around a little bit. And they see a foul.
Offensive foul on Sawyer. And that's going to get actually Melendez out of the game. Roman back in. That foul was on McClellan, it looks like. There's the New London boys team. Gio Lopez,
yeah.
Jalen Benson, and Noah James, and some of the Whalers in the crowd tonight.
Big game tomorrow night against the Stonington Bears.
Yeah, you know, Coach.
Quarterfinal game.
You know, Coach Leslie's going to have some tricks up his sleeve for the Whalers tomorrow night. That'll be fun.
I like Stonington. I like Stonington in that game tomorrow. I'll give them a shooter's chance. They can either shoot their way to a chance for victory or shoot themselves on a bus ride home.
And you like them in Division 3 too.
I do. I think they're scrappy. They
4.
could. Yeah.
Division 4.
I think they can win a couple games.
Dump the pass in now. Poirier Waters swings it out, gets it back. She's guarded by Pagan. That's a great matchup. Strong to the basket.
Oh, boy, she is the goods down low. The drop step, the turnaround, using the glass.
Inside it goes. Roman, she goes up and draws the foul. Nice move from Roman. And you see the NFA coaches telling Poirier Waters, just be straight up, be vertical big. But instead, she reached.
That gave a little ground, too, there.
Nice job by Roman, because Poirier Waters is a solid big for NFA. As
I think Spencer Roman's made more free throws tonight, 2 out of 3, than her brother did in his entire 4-year career on game day.
Nelson, second one up is good. Up ahead, Erickson, New London with some pressure. Nicholson now on the ball. Varela dumps inside. Poirier Waters, no good. Ball blocked, and out of the pack will come Nicholson. Nice feed to Roman underneath, no good. Pagan off her leg, and it will be NFA ball.
You talk about some of those teams, Casey, coming up in the boys' side in the state tournament. Good shooting teams can hang around if they knock down shots. Bad shooting teams go home early.
A little pressure by New London. They've got the freshman trapped in the corner. Nice job by Pagan. Freshman was in no-man land there. Varela didn't have any place to be.
With Pagan and Sawyer, the long arms of Pagan, Sawyer, and in the out-of-bounds line, tough place to pick up your dribble.
Burns inbounds and picked off by Roman. All the way to the basket. Layup is good. The steal and the bucket for Spencer Roman. New London turning up the pressure here. Nice job. The freshman dribbles her way through. Gets it back to Erickson, who drives baseline. Cut off by McClellan. Bounce pass stolen by Nicholson. Off to the races. Rosie time. And it's good.
There you see the New London pressure D. Causing turnovers, pace and tempo. Holly Misto wants to run. And now you see the inexperience here of some of the NFA kids. Like you said, Casey, freshmen and sophomores kind of getting caught in the shuffle a little bit out there.
They're going to get Sawyer on the line. They're going to get Melendez quickly back into the game for Sawyer as she picks up her second foul. But you can see Holly Misto very strategically flick the switch on the pressure.
Yeah.
Make the basket, pressure the basketball. Varela with McClellan on her. Now Erickson, good place to trap right there, and Roman does. Nice job by Erickson. Lob inside. Poirier Waters can't finish, and Pagan with a strong rebound. Reverses to Nicholson. McClellan now, pull-up jump shot. Buries it from 10 feet.
And again, the London just keeps coming and coming and coming. They don't mind taking shots and attacking. They don't need to set up a half-court set.
And there's the end of the first quarter, and about as well played as you can do. The New London girls up 19-8. We'll be back with second quarter action. You're watching Game Day live on day.com.
The Storyline Podcast. Conversations with journalists about the communities they cover and the stories they report.
A few years ago, if I had been watching a made-for-TV movie about some future president who reached the point in the movie where he tweets out a video of his former wrestling days beating someone up, I'd probably say that's probably where I flipped it off and say this thing is totally unrealistic.
Find us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Game Day is brought to you by the award-winning Submarine Car Wash and Detail Center. Located on Route 12 in Groton, they're your local experts in auto detailing. A variety of car wash coupons are available on theday.com. Print and stop in today. Family First Life. Are you a current or former athlete looking to earn over $100,000 a year? Well, if the answer is yes, contact Family First Life at 860-317-1324.
Turn up the heat and the defensive pressure by the New London Whalers as they end the first quarter on a 7-0 run, taking their lead up to 11 points. And NFA kind of showing some inexperience out there, and just showing you a little bit of a little comfortable being on the floor, and credit to New London to that.
Well, I think Coach Misto saw that Poirier Waters was really causing some problems when they let NFA get into a half-court set.
Yeah.
And the better option is don't let them get into a half-court set. Pressure the inexperience and make them vulnerable, and then we've got some turnovers because you can see that Poirier Waters really is a mismatch for virtually anybody.
Yeah, and that time down, New London kind of doubled her on the entry pass. They rolled Rosie Nicholson over on the weak side, so it wasn't a lot of room for Michaela to catch and shoot.
Nicholson drives back up top to McClellan, and New London will reset. Trying to get a screen for Melendez. She has it up top of the key. Back to McClellan. Very deliberate Whalers. Now they'll get a screen from Pagan. Long three from McClellan is short. Side rim. And Melendez had the rebound and over the top. We're going to get a foul. It'll stay here as Melendez had Burns sealed off and drew the foul.
Yeah, that's a game plan for Coach Scarlata, Casey. Pack it in, and make New London beat you from the outside. Again, we know about Ty Pagan. We know about Melendez. We know about, Roman down on the baseline. So I think what Coach Scarlata is saying, okay, well, we're gonna tighten our ship a little bit, protect the paint, and let's see if we can beat you from the outside.
Oh, Roman tried to get tricky, and she was able to, and then the carnival started, and it'll be NFA basketball.
The circus over there in the corner.
And her dad is right there saying, sweetie, let's not have that happen again.
He's got a little sweat coming off his brow, too.
Little numbers action here for NFA. Erickson wisely pulls it out. Back to the other Erickson. So Kaylee with the ball now. Britton, Burns, and NFA will put it back into the senior guard's hands. Dumps it down low. Pagan intercepts that one. Tough entry pass ahead to Roman.
So tough with those long arms on defense.
Trapped. She throws it across court to McClellan. Now Melendez spins. Little jump shot in the lane is good.
The square up. That's her shot, Casey. Square up, rise up, and knock it down.
Well, there's the trap in the corner. Erickson gets it off of a New London Whaler, but right now NFA not showing a lot of aptitude. This press with Pagan on the ball.
Yeah.
And the long arms of Pagan and the quickness of McClellan and Nicholson.
Hey, Roman on the wing, too, and Melendez anchoring things down below.
Oh, there's the hands of Nicholson. Pagan. And it's right back the other way, but Rosie's hands. So she's so quick. She's like a cat, ready to like pounce at any moment. She has a motor and a half.
She does not stop. She is a handful.
Unbelievable energy. Pagan inside Melendez, back out to McClellan, and now Nicholson. Inside it goes, Pagan, stripped, Britton. Nicholson comes from behind and blocks it out of bounds. Good hustle from Rosie Nicholson.
Oh, she doesn't stop, does she? End-to-end action by Rosie. Rosie coming up roses on that block.
Erickson will inbound under her own basket. New London in a little 2-3, forces a long pass up top, and we're going to get a little bump foul on McClellan as she tried to intercept the pass and got there a little bit late, half a step late.
Yeah, Leilani McClellan's really grown into her role this year, Casey. She is, stepped in to fill the need at point guard or backup point guard for Holly Misto. Last year a lot of time on the bench, a little learning experience, but she's done an excellent job this year. One of the most improved players in the team.
Furman Cox at the line for NFA in the 1-and-1, misses the first one, and it goes off of the Whalers, and it will be NFA basketball. Deja Uzzle, the junior guard, checks in, replacing McClellan. Nice minutes from Leilani. NFA under the basket. Up top now it goes to Erickson. A little backyard action from the Ericksons. Furman Cox up top now, swings. Roman with the good hands, ball loose on the floor, and we're going to get a jump ball as Roman tied up Erickson, and that'll be Whaler basketball.
Great defense that time by Spencer Roman. Anticipating the pass, jumped in the lane, creating the turnover. Yeah, she wanted to play on, and London had numbers there possibly.
Yeah, Whalers have the ability to really turn the heat up on the defensive side of things. They can be very, very intimidating defensively, more so than anything else. They can really put the clamps on. Just ask Pomperog. Pagan, jumper no good. She gets her own rebound, kicks it back out. Nicholson now, long three, front iron no good. Strong rebound by Roman, and she'll be fouled.
Second chance opportunity for the Whalers, Casey. They dominated on the glass thus far. And that's the thing when you're NFA like that, you got to keep New London to a one-and-done situation. Can't give them extra opportunities.
Well, I mean, you got Melendez, Roman, and Pagan. They're all fabulous rebounders. And then you got someone like Nicholson, who's really exceptional.
She can
for
crash.
Her size.
Yeah, she can crash the boards.
I mean, so they're a good rebounding team, and they're so quick that they can send everyone to the glass and still get back defensively, which is, a real bonus that not all teams share. Nicholson wanted Melendez, instead to Uzzle. Uzzle with a three. That is short. Roman saves it, however. She spins now. Melendez spins, kicks to Nicholson. Pagan. Pagan back out to Roman. Roman drives to the basket. Wild shot, no good, and a strong rebound from Britton. In the corner, Erickson drives to the basket, swings. And we're going to get a travel on Varela. She tried to square her feet up and drag that foot.
A rookie mistake.
I think teams around the state, though, are looking at the #1 New London Whalers, and they're looking at a conference final where halfway through the second quarter, they've given up 8 points.
That defense is their signature, no doubt about it. You watch Melendez operate on the offensive end, Casey. When she runs that high post, she makes herself available for the basketball. She turns and faces. If you're a guard, it's hard not to get the ball to Melendez and let her do work.
Now the junior back to Uzzle now and Roman. Whalers very deliberate. They're going to get a good shot. Run a little weave. Now Pagan spins in the lane. Pump fakes, goes with a left hand, and good. Ty Pagan echoing Kevin McHale.
Yeah, the drop step to turn, the delivery.
Varela all the way to the basket and blocked by Pagan. Nicholson turns on the Jets, kicks it out, Uzzle. And she draws a foul on Erickson as Uzzle got bumped.
Well, Kevin McHale reference, huh?
Anytime
the
I see
black hole. Didn't Larry Bird used to call Kevin McHale a black hole?
Like he scored 20,000 points that way.
Yeah.
Anytime you have 6 pump fakes and you go up with your left hand, that's Kevin McHale-esque.
All-time great.
Absolutely. Swing to Nicholson. Oh, nice move as she goes baseline, though. Finds a cutting Roman, and she'll go to the line.
Well, when you watch, whether it's Roman, Melendez, Pagan, I mean, they make themselves available for the guards. Here I am. I've got my defender sealed. Give me the rock. And they know what to do with it, Casey. They're good finishers. They really trust each other out there, too. You talk about, basketball technique and, being sound. A very good job here by New London. The big people up front for New London especially.
One more for Spencer Roman. Spence, as they call her. Back iron, and he doesn't get the roll, and a strong rebound out of the pack from Poirier Waters.
And NFA is still looking for their first point of the second quarter, over 4.5 minutes in.
Erickson in the corner now, Britton. Poirier Waters trying to post up on Pagan. Oh, a nice move to the basket, but can't finish by Britton. And Uzzle's tied up by Varela, and it will be possession arrow favoring NFA. Our first look at Isabella Graziano. And what a surprise, a sophomore.
Yeah.
Replaces the senior, so now they've got 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores on the floor.
1 senior in the whole roster.
Erickson, she's going to have to handle some ball handling responsibilities now with Roman on her. Britton. Now Roman switches off. Double team by Nicholson. Graziano swings. The defensive pressure being turned up here by the Whalers. They sense those inexperienced guards of NFA. Nice seal off, but great job by Melendez to get a hand on the ball. Poirier Waters had good position on her that time.
She's active. Poirier Waters is active. She's calling for the ball. Knows what to do with it when she gets it.
Baseline, Graziano dribbles off her foot, and turnover, NFA. New London here with just sensing that they can really pressure the guards of NFA. Melendez finds a cutting Pagan, swiped out of the air by Poirier Waters. Up ahead, Graziano finds a nice pass to Britton for the first basket of the quarter.
Yep. 5.5 minutes in.
Pagan into Melendez, and she's going to draw the foul on Britton, and that should send her to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, and Britton was in a tough spot that time. Melendez got to where she needed to be on the court. Pagan found her. She spun, turned, and faced, and picked up the foul.
Well, we've seen that Melendez, when she catches it, she can lower the left shoulder, go right, strong for the layup, and she's also comfortable spinning the other way for that little jump shot in the lane. So with multiple, possibilities, now Roman with a nice job picking up the loose ball and scores.
Yeah, I mean, she's got moves for a low post player. It's not just a drop step. It's not just very active.
Graziano baseline and throws it out to Varela. She kicks to Erickson. New London not giving NFA a lot of looks. 3-ball, no good by Britton. And a rebound by Pagan. Nicholson will run the offense for the Whalers. Gets a screen from Pagan, looking for Pagan to roll. Instead, gives it to Roman, who seals off. And she finds Pagan for the easy layup. Nice look from Roman to a wide-open Pagan.
Yeah, heads up that time. Split the double team. Found the open man on the weak side, Casey. 2 points, Ty Pagan.
The nice hands that time, but Varela comes out of the pack. In the corner, Graziano goes baseline on Nicholson, and she's going to draw the foul on Rosie Nicholson. And Graziano has played very aggressively in her limited time, and she'll shoot 2.
Coach Scarlata trying to figure things out over there on the sidelines. Pacing up and down. He knows his team is in for a dogfight here, down 27-10, but just trying to find the right combinations of, freshman and sophomore, and how do we, what's the right team chemistry? What's the right bodies out there to make a little run here and make this a game?
Nicholson will have a seat, and McClellan will come back in the game. Graziano just didn't even touch the net on the first one.
You know, I think in a game like this, too, Coach Scarlata wants to see how his team reacts. How do the young kids react? How are you going to react in this situation? Whether you're down 4, down 10, down 16, how are my young kids going to react?
Pagan picks up the dribble, now has Uzzle, and Uzzle will run the point for the Whalers. Gets a screen from Pagan, looking for the roll. There's the roll, but pass just a little too far. New London loves that high screen and roll with the bigs. Just a little too far that time from Uzzle.
Well, high-low entry pass.
Whalers going to press, put or pressure,
yeah.
Either way.
The heat's getting to you in the gym.
Poirier Waters out of the pack, up ahead, Varela. Swing. 3 from Graziano is too long, but nice. Erickson with the athletic, reverse layup. Sarah Erickson.
A little dipsy-do amongst the trees. 2 for number 22. Boy, using the rim to help her out, protect from Pagan. A little up and under.
Yeah, her headband got knocked off. Didn't deter her for a second. Under a minute to go. Inside McClellan to Melendez, rather, and unfortunately she couldn't hold on. That goes out of bounds. And NFA looking to score back-to-back baskets. Whalers drop off of the pressure with 37 seconds remaining in the first half. Erickson and Varela. Pressure being turned up. Graziano swings. Britton back to Erickson. Fakes the 3, swings. Nice inside look to Poirier Waters. She's hounded. She pulls up. No good. Rebound from Uzzle. And Poirier Waters reaches in, knocks it out of bounds. Whalers will have a chance with 6.5 seconds left to get the final shot off of the half. Pagan will inbound. McClellan will run it. Pushing. Gets a screen from Pagan. Pulls up. Long 3. It's good if it goes. Off the back of the iron. No good, but what a first half for the New London High School Whalers. A 14-point lead over NFA. Holly Misto has to be very pleased with the defensive effort holding NFA to 13 points, although maybe a little frustrated with how the half finished. Let's find out her thoughts. She's with the Sports Doctor.
Well, New London coach Holly Misto, you talked about pace and tempo and playing tough D in order to win this game. Are you happy with what you saw in the first half?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're pushing the ball. I think we're wearing them down a little bit, but, you know, I always say 32 full minutes, and, you know, that's only 16. So it's a long game. I think we're doing what we want to do. We're in a little bit of foul trouble right now, but I think with Cora and Lele on the bench for as long as they were, that was pretty good for us to still maintain that kind of a lead. But we got to keep off the free throw line, move our feet a little bit better, getting more passing lanes, and just keep pushing the ball.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach. Casey, New London right now in cruise control, looking to close out and win another ECC title.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. Well, earlier this evening, an ECC Division II title was captured here at Plainfield High School by the Waterford High School Lancers. A 48-26 win over Lyman Memorial. Well played and a big effort, and our Sports Doctor caught up with Waterford's head coach and star player.
Well, we're here with the Waterford Lancer crew. Head coach Brian Fleming, junior forward Juliana Bonilla, Division II ECC champs. Coach, your first year with the program, and you got a chip on your arm.
Absolutely. You know, it's great. Anytime a championship is attached to the game, it's a game of significance. That's what it was for us. We get to come home with some hardware and, you know, winning 3 straight games, rolling into the state tournament. We feel pretty good.
Now, the road to the final wasn't easy. You guys had to beat a number 1 seed. You beat a number 2 seed in the championship. You know, talk about your team, how they performed in this tournament.
What I was most pleased about is, you know, our first game we came out, we played really well from start to finish. In the second game, it was the same thing that when we played them up here, we could never quite get to 20. They couldn't cut it to 10, and we had to fight and we had to finish the game. Tonight, what I was most pleased with is how we responded. And Kid hits a 3 to cut it to 10. Heading into the fourth quarter, they had all the momentum, and we responded with an 11-0 run and just made some really great plays.
That's a new coach. It's some new faces accepting new roles. Juliana Bonilla, 13 points tonight, and you had to step up this year. You graduated a lot of seniors last year, and the load was put on your shoulders to perform this year.
Oh yeah, I mean losing Mia and Kayla, it's like we don't have anyone else to step up as last year, but this year, I mean, I had to step up. I'm a junior. We're a tiny team. We have a lot of freshmen who play. Amy, she's a freshman. She's a point guard too, but I mean, when Amy can't contribute, I have to contribute at point too.
Now, you don't care what division it is. You just want to play basketball and win.
At the end of the day, it's basketball. We all wake up and we have fun.
Coach, you guys are headed into the state tournament next week. It's a quick turnaround. You know, how do you feel about this team going in that direction?
I like how we're playing. To be able to win 3 games, I think 5, we won 6 to 7 going back into the regular season. I really like how we're playing and moving forward, and we're excited for the tournament.
Listen, great things happen at Waterford High School. ECC Division II champs. Hi, guys. How about a number 1?
Saturday afternoon was one of the most special days here at Game Day as we brought you the ECC Cheerleading Championship and a memorable performance from the New London High School Whalers, which has become the most watched video on Facebook of the entire season.
Now, New London is another team that has a lot of members. They have 17 here tonight.
Wow.
So those are your nice standing poles. Those are beautiful. This is your full team tumbling, your round off back handspring.
You can definitely see the size, big squad on the mat.
Yeah, lots of energy New London has today.
Very aerial already, New London, like with the high jumps and a lot of high tumbles.
So with motions, you're going to want to look for a lot of variety, a lot of level changes.
Like that.
Yeah, those are some nice splits. This should go into pulls. Switch up to heel stretch.
Very strong on the tumbles.
You want to watch it?
Wow. Remarkable.
Those are your kick sit downs. And that's how they're going to try to max out on those stunts with those basket tosses.
Yeah, they've got to take advantage of the athleticism that they have in the aerial and the tumbling, and they have the ability to do some athleticism that not every team can do. So right, take advantage of your strength and try to max out your points where you can.
And New London here is going to end their routine with a strong dance.
Very, very energetic, I will say. The energy level of New London, I think, very, very high.
New London wants that championship.
And you hear the crowd react to the New London High School Whalers. They like what they saw. The award-winning Division I champion New London High School cheerleading squad with a memorable and electric performance at the ECC Cheerleading Championship. And our sports doctor has the head coach and the captains of the Whaler cheerleading squad.
Well, we're here with the reigning champs, the ECC cheerleading champs from Saturday's competition at Waterford High School. Cindell Pickett, Adiana Smith, and Coach Deb Huntington. Coach, your first ever championship as far as New London High School goes in cheerleading.
Yeah, first ECC championship in New London High School history, yeah.
All right, you guys are just coming off of this now. I mean, first of all, have you had a chance to reflect, and how much fun was it on Saturday?
It was honestly so much fun. After finding out we won, it just was like a miracle. Like, oh my gosh, we finally did it. Like, we finally got to.
Were you surprised that you ended up with the highest score of the day, too, out of 15 teams over there?
No, we had the most energy in the room. It was amazing. We had so much fun with our routine. It was just like, we brought the whole crowd in on our routine, so I'm not surprised.
Coach, how do you get all the girls on the same page, and and some of the guys too? How do you get the whole team on the same page to go through a routine like that?
Well, it's taken some years to get everybody together to work on this, but they've gotten to the point where they all have the same goal, and it was to get that final championship, especially for our 2 seniors. Everyone really wanted that. We became a family above a team, and it made a big difference.
Right now, the routine itself, you guys have a choreographer that works with you ladies?
Yes, we have one that he comes every year, same one every year, and we have a separate one for dance.
Now, do you pick the music, or is that picked for you?
It's kind of like a team effort. We give ideas, but the coach got the last say.
Now, the excitement of being able to watch the stuff on game day and the videos and everything, the video is shared 500 times. You guys still watch it?
Yeah, we do, and at school, so many people come up to me like, congratulations, congratulations. Everyone heard about it. It was just amazing.
Well, college and all the the grown-up things are like that for you guys, but Coach, what can you say about this year's group of kids that you had?
Oh wow, this year's group of kids is special. They really pulled together and decided as a team that we wanted this more than we wanted everything. I mean, the last thing we say before we get on the mat is know that you did everything in your heart, and you're leaving that mat knowing you did everything for your teammates. So
I got one last thing to ask you girls. Who's going to win the state championships here in basketball on girls' side?
New London.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Casey, whether it's the X, whether it's Plainfield High School, whether it's John Conway Gymnasium, the Whalers are in the house, my man.
That's right. Once a Whaler, always a Whaler. Sports Doctor. New London with a 27-13 lead. Holly Misto's got her group ready for another championship. We'll come back with second half action. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
The Storyline Podcast. Conversations with journalists about the communities they cover and the stories they report.
An anonymous tipster said that the DOT workers and contractors on scene had to run for their lives as this dump truck careened toward them. Naturally, something that I wanted to follow up on.
Find us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Game Day is brought to you by Family First Life. Family First Life can meet all your life insurance needs. Contact them for a free quote at 860-317-1324. Well, Sports Doctor, they are a confident group. The New London, whether it's the Whaler basketball players, the Whaler cheerleaders, or the Whaler alumni sitting next to you.
I was going to say that. Boy, oh boy, it never leaves you. It's got to be a New London thing. That's what they say, don't they?
Well, it is right now. It's a special time at New London. You got the cheerleaders riding high off of a championship. You've got the girls on the brink of their back-to-back ECC championships, playing for the favorites in the state champions. The boys about to enter the tournament as a 3 seed, looking to make some noise in the state tournament. So a lot of good things right now at New London, and they're proud of it.
You like the direction the baseball team is headed in the spring sports season, and some of the guys over there, Gio Lopez in action tomorrow against Stonington. The New London Whaler basketball team, Casey, and also too, Kazi Fletcher's got a lot to do with it this year. Interim AD has done a heck of a job in green and gold.
Yeah, he really has, and his interview was one of my favorites because you could just see the passion he has for being back home. Early tie-up, possession arrow will favor NFA.
Important 2 or 3 minutes here to come out of the gate, come out of the locker room for the Wildcats. I want to keep an eye on their energy. I want to keep an eye on their body language, and I want to see how they're going to, because this game could go either way. They could creep their way back into it, or they could get blown out.
Yeah, I mean, 14 can feel like 25, or 14 can feel like 4. It's going to depend here, the energy level of NFA, because they really were never in it in the first half. There's a nice look to Burns, but a block, own rebound, and there's a key. There's the third foul on Sawyer.
And again, if you have a young team like Coach Scarlata does, you just want to see how they're going to respond in certain situations. This situation is they're down 14 during an ECC championship game. I'm sure for some of these girls it might be a little big for them because of the New London's experience, but let's just see how my kids respond.
Burns will shoot 2, and I think you're right. I mean, there's something to learn from all of this for NFA. Frustrated Cora Sawyer coming out of the game as she picks up her third foul seconds into the second half. But
you're looking at a preview of a match, Casey, a preview of next year, with Pagan and Vaughters
just going at it in this league. So this is a, this is a bit of a showcase for some of the younger talent for Coach Scarlatta.
Yeah,
in addition, I'm sorry.
No, next year, they're going to lose Nicholson and Sawyer's going to be gone, but you're going to get Pagan, Melendez, and Roman all back, and you're going to get everyone on the NFA big. You're going to get Poirier Vaughters and Burns and Britton back. These two teams are going to see each other again next year.
Yeah, and the guards will be a year experience.
Knocked out of bounds by NFA, and Whalers will have the ball underneath.
Melendez, very patient on offense. Again, Rosie's setting things up, Casey. NFA playing straight man.
Nicholson drives, pulls up, and buries it. Rosie is riveting.
A little rise-up jumper, and London right back into the full-court trap. Looking to create some offense off of defense.
Up ahead, there's Rosie with the hands and the steal. Comes out of the pack, has numbers. Dishes to McClellan, knocks it down.
Textbook that time. Rosie to McClellan for 2. The trap, the D, the turnover.
Play on, no foul. All the way, Varela. Erickson, wide open 3 from the wing, buries it. Nice look from Kaylee Erickson for 3. And a turnover on the other side. Sports Doctor, we should note, our apologies, we had the numbers on the NFA side of things reversed. We've been calling Zoe Furman-Cox Jaden Burns, and we've been calling Jaden Burns Zoe Furman-Cox. We had their numbers reversed on our roster. Our apologies to both of you girls. We'll get it right here in the second half. So there's Furman-Cox out on top to Erickson, and out of bounds it will stay NFA basketball.
It's an honest mistake, Casey.
Absolutely, but you know what? Names are important, and so we got it right now. Erickson and Britton. Britton to the basket. Blocked by Pagan. It's what we call a no thank you taste.
I like that. Ty Pagan, one of the most improved players in the league this year for Holly Misto, too. We're worried about his sister graduating, going on to play Division I basketball. Ty stepped in and anchored things down a little bit.
Yeah, big shoes to fill. She's filled them really well, becoming her own player. McClellan shakes Erickson and pulls it back. Swings to Nicholson. She wants a screen, now goes right to the basket. Oh, Rosie with the extra gear, vroom, vroom. Little trap now, Britton to Erickson, to Kaylee Erickson up ahead. Back to her sister. Three-pointer Erickson from the wing, no good. Rebound by Britton.
New law firm, Erickson.
Whalers a little out of sync. Now there's a dump in. Furman-Cox. And intercepted by Melendez. Nicholson harassed and then fouled.
You see Coach Holly Misto on the sidelines right now. Her team is up 33-17, and she's coaching like their team is down 10 right now. She is just urging her players. She knows she's preparing this team not only to win an ECC championship, but next week it's tough sledding in the state tournament.
Let's not forget that last year, a Rosie Nicholson putback was all that kept New London from advancing, and they end up winning a state championship.
Yep.
And
a quick timeout. There you go.
People forget that team that was so good last year and won, I think, convincingly over Trumbull. It was close at times, but
Stanford game was the big game,
and that's a putback away from them not. And we saw that matchup as a possible problem for them. I think in many ways this team might be a better team because last year when they relied so heavily on India Pagan, and when things got a little hectic, they relied so heavily on Jada Lucas.
Yeah, Jada would throw a couple threes up. Yeah,
and she was Jada was not healthy 100% for much of the year. So I do think this team plays like a team almost a little bit even more efficiently than last year's team.
Do they have to, though, because they don't have the stars to bail them out?
Yeah, and I think next year will be interesting when Melendez and Pagan are the new stars.
Right, so without Jada and without India, they're going to have to play as a more of a cohesive unit because you don't have the bailout, big-time three-point shot or you don't have the let's just get out of the way and give the ball to India. So maybe you're right. They have to play better as a team.
Nicholson, pull up in the lane. She's fouled, and she'll go and shoot two.
There you see the 1-4 set up by Holly Misto. Set piece off a timeout. Try to get Rosie in space. If she's not going to be able to knock down that jump shot, Casey, either take it to the rim or dump it off on the block to one of the bigs. Yeah, Rosie Nicholson, like I said, she has got an extra gear on both ends, offense and defense.
And she calmly buries the first one. Wendy Geathers is in the ball game for the first time for NFA, another sophomore.
She's the most aggressive player for New London.
Yeah, no, she's the engine. She's the go. One more. She calmly knocks that one down.
But she's not afraid of the big moment. She is not afraid of the big moment, which that will help this team. That's good defense. That's travel.
She trapped. Nice job, but a nice pass. NFA would manage to break it. The harassing defense. And we're going to get a travel out there on the wing on Jaden Burns.
Yeah.
New London with its biggest lead of the game at 18 with an opportunity to push it to 20. Really a tune-up game, like you said, for the state tournament coming up. I mean, this Whaler team appreciates a conference tournament championship, but really this season for them was about a state championship.
Great job on D that time by Geathers.
Poirier Vaughters pulls up baseline, no good. Tipped around with Pagan, and that will stay here with NFA.
NFA faithful over there. On their feet.
Britton will inbound right on the sideline in front of her own bench. All the way across court. Rosie almost had it, but Erickson now instead. Geathers and back up to Erickson. Poirier Vaughters drives right, and we're going to get a travel on Poirier Vaughters.
Just a sophomore.
NFA put a little pressure on now. Very calm. Whalers break it. Now Rosie, extra gear, bounce pass. Spencer Roman with the left hand. Poetry in motion for the Whalers.
Yeah, not only breaking the pressure, but attacking it, and then coming up and setting up their own press there. That was off of Waters' leg. There you go. But, I mean, you look at how quickly they transition, Casey, into breaking the press and to attacking it.
Roman will inbound. Versatile, the left-hand layup finish. Not much around. She finds Pagan. The Whalers will reset with a 20-point lead. McClellan hounded by Geathers. That's good on-ball defense, and a great on-ball defense by Erickson, tying up Roman. Back-to-back, they're Geathers and Erickson.
Yeah, Spencer Roman showing too much of the ball that time. Got to protect it.
A little screen from Melendez. She catches it, dumps inside to Pagan. And we're going to get a reach and foul on Britton. That's the bad matchup. They would like Poirier Vaughters there, but that screen allowed for the mismatch with Pagan and Britton.
Yep. Yeah, the pop-up screen that time by Melendez. Casey catching the ball, high-low action again, creating the mismatch with Ty Pagan. Tough to guard her 2 feet from the basket. There's a bit of a play on there. But we'll get a foul.
That foul is going to be on Poirier Vaughters.
Feet get tangled up. It's a bit of a play on. I'd call either way.
Pagan now. Nice matchup. Swings to McClellan. Geathers, really good on-ball pressure here by NFA. Nice screen by Pagan. McClellan. Pagan puts it down. Into the corner it goes. Roman, three-ball corner pocket is no good, but she's fouled by Erickson, and she'll shoot three.
Yeah, good ball movement that time for the Whalers. Casey trying to beat the trap. Found Roman in the corner. Teed it up. Came up just short. She got three free throws.
Chance to extend already the biggest lead of the game for New London.
Yeah, another one of those players for Holly Misto because they can do a little bit of everything out there. Shoot the ball, handle the ball, rebound the basketball, play tough D. Should I go on? I mean, she could do a lot for this team.
Yeah, her and Sawyer are very versatile players. Sawyer a little bit better offensively. Roman a little bit more physical, able to do more things around the basket.
Yeah, Roman can handle the basketball too. She can handle the ball.
What she hasn't been able to do is shoot free throws. She missed them both. They said she was not shooting a three. Burns and Erickson and Geathers run a little weave. Nicholson tries to stop the dribble. Rosie's dying for one of those now. 3-ball from Gethers, wild, no good. McClellan comes out of the pack. Up ahead it goes to Roman, finds a cutting Pagan. Oh, nice job by Poirier Vaughters. Got position and blocked it out of bounds.
There's the future of the league next year.
And as big as Pagan is, Poirier Vaughters is bigger.
Yeah, athletic, too. Those two girls are going to be
that's going to be a lot of fun
mano
next year.
a mano next year, yeah.
That'll be a must-watch games next year. Melendez, jumper is good. The X factor.
Yeah, no hesitation here. The jump out, the catch, the shoot. Catch and shoot release. Great job by Melendez.
Erickson, zip pass. Tipped out of bounds by Roman. Absolute clinic being put on there. The New London boys waiting for their game. Opening round matchup. That'll be a good one with Stony.
Yeah, where's Chop? Is he here? Is Chop Parker up here?
I think he's home
he's
watching,
home watching
the
game day. Yeah.
Hi, Coach. Sawyer back into the ball game, replaces Roman.
Craig, I'll be a coach. I'll be at John Conway Gymnasium tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow. The sports doctor's making a house call.
3-ball by Erickson, no good. Britton with the rebound in the corner. Burns and Erickson. Nice look to the cutting Gethers. Left hand, no good. I think Pagan might have gotten a piece. Outlet, McClellan. Bounce passes behind Sawyer. She tried to use the left, and she had her. Leilani wishes he had that one back. Whalers are going to put a little pressure on now. Inbound, they have a trap spot for Erickson. She dribbles out, pushes. Ahead to Gethers. Gethers goes straight up on Melendez, and we're going to get a block on Melendez as Burns was able to get inside and get the layup on on Melendez and draw the foul.
Yeah, that's a great job by Kaylee Erickson, breaking the pressure and then attacking it once she got across half court. She's showing a senior leader out there, and had a good run last year with the team that they had with Mackenzie Burke and Conley, the other sharpshooter from the outside. So maybe, she's been asked to do a couple of things, this year she's felt uncomfortable with because she's only senior, but, she's played well. She's had a good year.
Yeah, Haley Conley and Mackenzie Burke were dynamic, and now it's turning over as Burns buries them both, and we'll get Varela and Erickson back into the ball game, and NFA is going to try to pressure.
Mackenzie Burke playing college basketball. At Adelphi.
Up ahead, it goes to Rosie. Nicholson up over the top of Poirier Vaughters, and a rebound by Sawyer. She's tied up by Britton. Jump ball, arrow favors New London. We'll get a foul call. They're going to call that foul on Erickson.
Yeah, she doesn't know what her hands are up in the air. What'd I do?
Nicholson trapped in the corner, spins out to McClellan. Nice pressure by Erickson on the ball. Sawyer wants to get it into Melendez. She's hounded by Erickson. Gets a screen from Melendez. There's the roll, tipped. And it's going to be off of the Whalers, and it'll be NFA ball. But a nice screen and roll that time by the Whalers. Just couldn't get it in.
Yeah, and right now, NFA guards are making New London a little uncomfortable in that half-court set. They're coming with an extra body, an extra trap position. And right now, New London out of sorts, Casey, in the half-court set. Coming on the break, they do very well. But right now, their half-court offense is stuck a little bit.
In the corner now, into the game, Graziano's back. Varela Graziano, hounded by Nicholson. And Rosie is just relentless. We're going to get Roman checking back into the ball game. But first, Graziano. Nothing going on for the Wildcats right now. There's a jumper from the wing by Britton, no good. Nice job underneath. Kicked out, 3-ball, Graziano, no good. Rebound, Pagan.
Hot in here, hot in this gym. I can't believe the Winter Olympics are going on right now.
McClellan off a double screen, pulls up from the foul line and gets the shooter's touch. Leilani for 2. Now, you're not allowed to talk about the Olympics anymore. You're an Olympic hater.
I watched last night.
You clearly hate America.
I watched last
night.
I watched the downhill skiing. I watched Lindsey Vonn.
And you should have.
The great Lindsey Vonn.
Listen, if you're gonna say it, you gotta take the sarcasm out of your voice.
The great Lindsey Vonn.
She is great.
Yeah, the one thing you can admire about that is she missed what the Olympics in Sochi. Came back at 33 years old off the mat. And that I do like that. I like the fact that you come back from injury like that, a devastating knee injury, and then compete. With athletes 12 years younger than her.
Not to mention she had to overcome the trauma of having dated Tiger Woods. 3-ball, McClellan. Got it! Leilani! Erickson with a 3 at the buzzer. No good. We are at the end of 3, and the Whalers are a quarter away from back-to-back ECC championships. Join us for the fourth quarter on the other side. You're watching Game Day Live on theday.com.
It's the Sports Doctor, Keith O'Brien. You want to hear from local coaches, athletes, and personalities? Well, how about giving my weekly podcast a listen? I mean, do you have a kid in mind, though, John, who would take the last shot down by 2 with, say, 6 seconds left?
God almighty. I mean,
I gave you a look at sports from a fan's perspective as well. Do you have a problem with him pulling up from about 35 feet, from the basket, Coach?
We have had talks about this.
The Sports Doctor here on theday.com.
Game Day is brought to you by Family First Life. Are you a current or former athlete looking to earn over $100,000 a year? Why wouldn't you be? If the answer is yes, contact Family First Life at 860-317-1324.
The London Whalers, Whaler pride. I feel like I could be an honorary Whaler every time I'm sitting next to you. I feel like your green and gold is starting to rub off on me a little bit. I'm starting to see the light. I'm talking Olympics.
There it is.
Look, they're everywhere. And these guys know who the Sports Doctor is. I was down in a coffee shop in London the other day on Broad Street. Hey, Sports Doctor, you want one of the T-shirts? You want one of the sweatshirts we got for you over there? And I'm like, I'm all set.
Junior voice of Game Day. There's a future Whaler. Junior voice of Game Day has got a Whaler basketball shirt on right now. So into the game, one of my all-time favorites, Madison Keith, the senior who has also come back from a huge knee injury of her own. She's on the floor. She's the sportsmanship winner for the Whalers this year and a fantastic kid. There's a steal by Sawyer. Up ahead, 2-on-1, and she's going to draw the foul as Graziano went hard into the bleachers. Isabella Graziano with a tough hustle play, and Sawyer will shoot 2.
Yeah, you like that. You like to see athletes battle back, especially kids. They get hurt and then come back. Get a little taste of victory on the court.
Well, just look at the knee brace on number 35. There's Matt, and she goes in and just look at that. She doesn't get a lot of playing time.
No.
And she battled back from that just to be a part of the few minutes that she gets as part of this team. That, to me, is what sports can do. And that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And that says a lot about her determination as a player. Erickson, all the way back the other way for NFA. Open look for Varela. 3-ball, no good. Nice position by Roman on the box out.
Hence my admiration for Lindsey Vonn last night. You see what I'm getting at? Tremendous.
I think you appreciate a lot about Lindsey Vonn. I believe that. Sawyer to inbound for the Whalers, biggest lead of the game. And going to get a reach over the top is Britton. And that is going to put Madison Keith at the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
I always say this too, Casey. I still believe that, high school sports is still one of the purest forms of sports left.
Front rim no good. Strong rebound. Melendez blocked underneath. Another rebound by Roman. Trying to kick it out, and she's going to get tied up. Great work by Furman Cox.
Whether it's the college or the professionals, I do still think that high school is one of the purest forms of sports left. And you see something like Madison Keith out there, working hard and overcoming and, every challenge and every obstacle. I love to see that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Something about high school sports. Small town high school sports or small area high school sports is special too.
I mean, we grew up, listen, we spend a lot of time around these kids too, so, we get to know them a little bit in traveling violation. You look on the other side, we were showing the shots of Gio Lopez earlier. You talk about young men and young women overcoming and certain different situations, and sports is a big part of that. I mean, high school sports was huge for me. You know, I mean, it's one of the reasons why I went to class. It's an incentive.
NFA doing a great job turning up the pressure. I love the fight left. Look at the freshman, Erickson, the sophomore, Graziano. They're not down. As far as they're concerned, they're playing in a championship game. They're letting it all hang out.
Yep.
Now, 30-second timeout. Holly Misto is going to chit-chat with her group. I know you're right, Sports Doctor. I mean, sports is a great thing for a community, and certainly the Southeastern Connecticut community, which has been very, gracious to us. And I like to think that, that high school sports and these kids and these athletes allow us to present some great stories and expose some of these kids for the, remarkable people that they are, and that's been great for everybody. Like right there, the Division I champion Whaler cheerleaders.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time around these kids. Love all the kids that play basketball, football, baseball, the lacrosse, the field hockey, and one of the big things too is is the stories that come out of sports, and that's one of the big things too. Is what was the path, what was the journey to get here.
McClellan will run the point for the Whalers. Sawyer. And it's steal by Erickson as she picks McClellan's pocket. And we're going to get a foul as McClellan was on Erickson's hip. And the diminutive freshman went hard. What was she, 14 years old? I mean, that's a tough.
Yeah, that's a tough hit. And of course, Leilani McClellan raised her hands up saying, I didn't foul her,
what'd I do?
I never foul anybody. Any fouls on me? Yep.
Nicholson's going to get back into the ball game. She'll replace McClellan.
I definitively raised my hand when I was in a high school game. Yes, it was me. I hammered him. I did it. Fouls on me.
I like to make the officials laugh. I'd say, I'm just curious, was the foul when I grabbed his wrist or when I dragged him to the ground? And the official would laugh and give me the next one.
Oh, I was out there to use my 5 fouls, and I used them up quite nicely.
I said that to an official one time too. Just to be clear, I'm out here for one reason only. You might as well blow the whistle now.
And ain't a triple-double.
That's right. Yeah, well, if they gave me double-digit fouls, I'd be able to do it. Nice job breaking the pressure. Nicholson turns the Jets on, now pulls it back out.
O'Neill's in double figures again. How many? 10 points? No.
Nope.
10 rebounds? No. 10 assists? No.
Oh, Rosie with a dipsy-do, but she can't finish, and a nice rebound. Furman Cox pushing the other way for NFA.
10 fouls. He's fouled out of games 1 and 2 in the season in the same game.
In the corner it goes now. Nice dump down by Britton. Oh, can't get it to follow, but grabs the rebound. She's tied up. Possession arrow stays here. It'll remain NFA basketball. Nice job getting to the basket by Britton, but she just couldn't get the roll.
Yeah, Britton's tough. She is tough by the rim. Let's start a guard. She plays more like a forward.
They're going to get Madison Keefe with the foul. Three-pointer back iron, no good by Graziano, and Rosie's going to push it ahead. She's got no numbers, but that doesn't deter her. A little flip shot in the lane, no good. And Graziano knocks it out of bounds. Frustrated is Isabella Graziano. Whaler ball underneath. 6 minutes remaining here for the second consecutive Whaler ECC Division I championship after 5 consecutive NFA championships, including an NFA championship in a year that New London won the state championship.
Yeah.
Dump into Pagan, puts it to the floor, pump fakes, goes up with that left hand. We're going to get a walk first. She's not sure why.
Yeah,
either.
That was a good move. That was a good move. She established a pivot foot, turned with her left. $11 points in 19 minutes for the Wildcats.
3 ball, Erickson, back iron, no good. Nice rebound. Britton, jump shot, no good, and out of bounds. It'll be off of NFA. It'll be Whaler basketball.
Yeah, they ended the first quarter, Casey, with 8 points, and we scored 11 since then.
I mean, they've gotten some open looks. They have not shot the ball well tonight. Young team, but they have to. I'm sure they're going to look back and say we did not shoot the ball well tonight. Nicholson pulls up and buries it.
Boy, he's added dimension to her game, Casey. That little pull-up knockdown from about 8 feet.
Yeah, that little, almost like a little running scoop shot.
Yeah.
Become very popular Chris Dunn did it. You know, you see it very popular. These guards, they drive in the lane and they get it off. And Steph Curry does it. They get it off before the big can get to him, almost like a quick little
Is it a
push
modified
shot.
version of a mid-range jumper?
Yeah, it's like a little push.
Yeah.
Little push shot.
Yeah. She's tough, though. She can get to the rim. She can hit that mid-range jumper, and she's not afraid to shoot the three.
Britton, there's a steal. Nicholson. 1-on-3. Jump step. Layup. Oh, Rosie's relentless.
The steal and then the offensive move. She did it all on that possession. Quick hands, Casey. Jumping the passing lanes. Creating offense off of defense.
Graziano, pull-up shot. Nice look there. Furman Cox buries it from just inside the free throw line. Spencer Roman heads baseline. We're going to get a foul on Furman Cox as she bodied up Roman heading on the baseline. That should put Spencer Roman at the line. Poirier Vaughters back into the ball game. And Deja Uzzle, along with Melendez, going to check back into the ball game for New London. Madison Keefe will come out of the game. Good minutes from Madison Keefe. So Roman will shoot 1-and-1 for the Whalers. Knocks the first one down. And how did this lead get to 29?
Yeah.
I mean, it really snuck up on you.
Yep.
If she knocks this one down short, the Whalers looking at a 30-point lead, and that's shocking.
Yeah, 13 points since the first quarter.
Erickson back up top. NFA just looking to knock a shot down at this point. Dump in to Poirier Vaughters. Baseline muscle draws the foul on Melendez. If she gets the ball on the block, good luck. Man, that young woman can get to the basket when she gets position.
Yep, good technique underneath. Casey, a little drop step. Uses her body to shield the defender. Get to the rim and finish. Or get to the line.
Yeah, bright things for the sophomore. Yeah. She'll shoot 2. First one, she gets the touch. Uzzle and McClellan will come into the game, replacing Roman and Sawyer. I think we're going to see a lot of the Whalers second-teamers here in the ending moments. They get a chance to play in a championship game. One more. Back iron, no good. Pagan with a rebound. Nicholson.
You know, this is game 2 where Coach Holly Mister is not only trying to win with Casey, but she's trying to get her team ready for another run in the state tournament.
Oh, Poirier Vaughters blocks Nicholson and blocks Uzzle. Oh, MPV. Looking like the MVP.
Block party. Block party for Michaela. You got to keep your team sharp, even though they're up by, 28 points here. Keep them sharp. You got a game next week. You make a run in the state tournament.
Oh, nice look, too. Melendez up over the top of Poirier Vaughters. No good. And she grabs the rebound off to Erickson. Oh, nice lob into Poirier Vaughters, and she scores.
The catch and shoot. Turn face and know what to do with the basketball.
Yeah, she is going to be a misery for teams from here on out in her career. Uzzle. Nicholson. Bounce pass. Melendez with a nifty left hand. The X Factor.
New London stays in their man-to-man defense, staying aggressive.
Long shot from Britton, and the bank is open here in Plainfield. McClellan right by Erickson. Pulls up, buries it. Oh, Leilani. Varela swings it. Erickson. Back to Erickson. Kaylee Erickson this time.
NFA headed to the state tournament too. Casey, looking to make some noise, win a game or two.
Three ball, no good. Rebound by Uzzle. And yeah, they can make some noise in the state tournament.
Same double L vision as in London.
Nice and try to bounce it in. Melendez dives on the floor, and we're gonna get a foul. Melendez not happy with that, as Poirier Waters came right over the top of her, and we have a technical foul called against Poirier Waters.
A little frustration out there.
So we're going to get a foul on Waters for the push, and then a technical foul for Waters as well. She's going to grab a seat, and there'll be some free throws for the Whalers as Melendez was on the ground, and Waters kind of fell on top of her. And Melendez took exception to that, and the officials saw that as unnecessary. And Bill Scarlatta.
Teaching the young sophomore. Keep your head about yourself. The championship game.
Holly Misto now also teaching, though, saying you got to keep it calm. Let's go, because she can't afford. You can't afford to do anything here either. You don't want to get yourself wrapped up. And as a sophomore, she's a young player. She's going to learn. You got to control yourself. Officials did a nice job jumping on it early.
Frustrated, a little hot, a little contact on the floor.
Yep. James Weidman and Zach Putnam, Judy Ruthko did a nice job getting a hold of things right away. We're going to get Madison Keefe back into the game in a moment for New London, along with Sophia Torres. But Melendez will shoot some free throws. First one, no good. One more for Exaria Melendez. Knocks that one down. And she's asking Coach Misto who she wants shooting the technical free throws.
Okay, I just leave Melendez at the line. She's there, right?
And she's going to let Leilani McClellan, the senior, shoot those technicals. And with that one, that's a 30-point lead for New London High School in the Division I championship game here at Plainfield High School. And we're going to get Sophia Torres and Madison Keefe back into the ball game for the Whalers. One more for Leilani McClellan. And the second one is back iron, no good. But the Whalers will retain possession, so they will have the basketball after the technical foul.
Yeah, Double L is good, Casey, on the girls' side. Looking ahead, Double L's got stacked up, got some good teams. Mercy, who'd been the #1 team in the state, all year long, sitting there with one loss. Yep. So there's going to be some solid opponents for the Whalers.
Yep, Trumbull's good again.
Trumbull,
team they beat last year. They're good again, one-loss team. McClellan now kicks to Torres. Torres pulls her dribble up, and the Whalers just looking to run some clock now. Nicholson. Yeah, Double L is going to be a challenge for New London, certainly, but I think the teams, the experts that have watched Double L would tell you that New London and Mercy have been the two best teams in Double L. Nice job, Madison Keefe going to the basket, draws the foul on Britton, and she'll shoot two.
Yeah, and I like the fact that New London has played a lot of these teams, too, in their non-conference schedule. I mean, East Haven's been a top 5, top 6 team in the state all year long. New London has beaten them. Pomperog was another top 10 team, for most of the year. I think New London beat them by, 30? Almost 30? Yeah, more than that in your last game of the season.
With a McDonald's All-American on the team.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the one thing I give Holly Misto a lot of credit for. She's taken this team across the state. It didn't matter. And they've come out on top in every one of their games. I mean, it'd be a classic matchup if they played Mercy in the final.
Yeah, that'd be a great matchup. And I think, Mercy and New London are both going to have to beat somebody else. They're going to have to beat two other good teams to get there. So I'm looking forward to the run to the state championship at Mohegan Sun. Nice defense by Pagan. And a nice job by Keefe controlling that ball.
That, if New London gets here and we're really looking ahead of ourselves, that would be her third trip in 4 years to the Mohegan Sun?
That is correct. Keefe on the baseline. Bounce pass to Torres. And Torres is going to travel with the basketball, trying to get some of the youngsters some time. Desiree Johnson, number 22, the sophomore guard in for New London.
Pretty good.
Uzzle's going to get back into the ballgame.
Pretty good track record. Pretty good, pretty good pedigree. Pretty good program, being carried on and built from Coach Holly Misto. When you talk about the fact that you could possibly play in, 3 out of 4 years in the Mohegan Sun for a state championship.
Well, let's not forget, she came in a very difficult spot. She came in right off of a state championship. Yeah. Very popular coach.
Yeah, Carrie Ann Dugan.
Yeah, Carrie Ann Dugan, very popular coach, a young, dynamic coach. Sort of perfect fit for New London, wins a state championship, and then all of a sudden this out-of-stater coming in from Rhode Island. Yeah. And New London, of course, being very skeptical, said, well, what do you know about coaching these girls? And Holly Misto says, relax, guys. I got this, and she's fit right in.
I think she brings that Spitfire energy that New London is accustomed to. I mean, it's not easy there, Casey, is it?
No, but New London, they appreciate toughness. And, that's what they saw in her. They saw consistency and toughness, and they like both of those things. Well, I think the answer to the question of who the best team in the ECC was answered all year long, but certainly resounding today as the Whalers are seconds away from a 30-point victory here in the ECC championship game as we're down under 10 seconds. One last shot, drive to the basket, wild shot, no good, and with 1.1 seconds, we're going to get Jaden Burns to the line. And if she can knock them both down, she can get it under 30. But the New London High School Whalers are going to win their second consecutive ECC Division I championship.
Yeah, and they've won this with defense, Casey. The defense played really well tonight. Coach Misto talked about playing tough D and pushing the tempo. Well, 2 for 2 tonight for the Whalers.
Absolutely. You get the impression that they could have turned up the volume more.
Yeah, I do.
They did it here and there when needed, but come state tournament time, that will be the staple for them. And I think they've really found that down the stretch. That game against Pomperog, again, top 10 team with an McDonald's All-American. They held them to 30 points.
Yeah, they won. I think it was 40, Mike DeMar was telling me. They won by almost 40 points. Tremendous.
Second one up, and it is good. So by knocking those two down, Jaden Burns knocks it down into under 30, but there is your final score. Congratulations to the New London High School Whalers and Coach Holly Misto on their back-to-back ECC Division I championship. They are undefeated at 23-0, and they will be heading into the Class L state championships as the #1 team in the state of Connecticut.
Yeah, is there any? I'm going to ask this to Coach Misto too. Is there any pressure going in? I mean, because last year they had 2 losses. During the regular season, we were at one of the games where they lost to a Career, and I know NFA may have beaten them one time last year in the regular season, but she had 2 losses going into the state tournament. This year, Casey, none, no losses.
I don't think she's going to say there's any pressure. I think that she knows that they're the hunted. You win, that's the deal. You win a state championship, you're the #1 team, you're the hunted. They expect that. State tournament is now time for, no more losses, one and done. You have to get serious. And I would be surprised to hear her say that there's pressure. I think she will tell you that they relish the opportunity to do something special by going back-to-back. There's the senior captain, Rosie Nicholson and Cora Sawyer. Outstanding effort along with the Whalers, Spencer Roman. They're all going in to grab the trophy as the New London High School Whalers with a 29-point championship, a resounding statement of victory for the Whalers here tonight.
Yeah, good win, and a good learning experience for Coach Bill Scarlatta and his young, and I do mean young team over there, but just, happy New London fans over there and a bit of a stepping stone and a building block on their way, hopefully, to another trip back to the Mohegan Sun.
So the Division I champion cheerleading squad now joins the Division I champion basketball team. So there's a lot of champions down there, and there's a proud athletic director, Cassie Fletcher.
All smiles. Look at him.
They take it easily, and there's a proud father, Scott Sawyer. There's a lot of proud parents down on the floor right now. But there's the AD going, I kind of like these championships. It's pretty good.
Hey, you're making me look good here, guys. Making me look good. Tremendous. Kazi is, he is New London thick and thin, and you know that better than anybody.
And there they are, the champion cheerleaders. There's a lot of champions down there on the floor right now, and we are going to talk to some of them in a moment. But Sports Doctor, it's championship time here. Right now we're going to move on. We're going to see some boys action this coming weekend, and the boys championship. And the boys tournament should be a knockdown, drag-out affair.
It's going to be a wild Saturday. I know that. There's these division these ECC crowns and the quarterfinals tomorrow night. I'm going to head out to a local gym and probably check out New London and Stonington. But the quarters are set up, and in the semifinals, Casey, you talk about star power, has a lot of potential. We'll talk about that after we see some of the girls get their prize. It's going to be a busy, fun weekend.
Michaela Poirier-Waters got all-tournament for NFA. Spencer Roman, all-tournament New London, along with Exaria Melendez, all-tournament for New London. Ty Pagan, the junior center, all-tournament for New London. And your all-tournament, Rosie Nicholson, the engine of the New London Whalers. Rosie is riveting, and she leads the Whalers to their second consecutive championship in the ECC Division 1 here at Plainfield High School. There is your all-tournament team: Exaria Melendez, Ty Pagan, Spencer Roman, Rosie Nicholson, and Michaela Poirier-Waters of NFA. Happy group of girls. I'm sure Poirier-Waters would have liked a different result, but she was outstanding in the ECC tournament. 4 Whalers and a Wildcat. Get used to them, because right there is a sophomore and 3 juniors. So get used to seeing those faces again next year. Now the Whaler all-tournament girls are going to pose for some pictures with their trophy themselves, and the Sports Doctor will head on down so he can talk with Coach Holly Misto and perhaps all-tournament player Rosie Nicholson. But looking at these rosters, you've got coming back next year, Spencer Roman will be back as a senior, and Ty Pagan will be back as a senior, and Exaria Melendez will be back as a senior. So a lot of size, a lot of experience. NFA, all kids coming back except for Kaylee Erickson, the senior. We've got Coach Holly Misto and the relentless Rosie Nicholson with our own Sports Doctor.
Coach Holly Misto, back-to-back ECC champions, back-to-back victories over your tough nemesis, Bill Scarlotta and NFA. You finished the season now in the postseason league tournament undefeated.
Yeah, all the credit goes to the kids. They play so hard every second that they're out there. That was more than I expected tonight. So I'm very, very happy, very proud of my team.
Rosie, the state championship run last year, you come back this year, senior year. You're not ready to let up the reins of state tournament champion, are you?
No. We're ready to keep pushing. This is just like any other game, and our next game is all we're worried about. So we're just going to keep pushing until we get what we want.
How tough is it to beat a team like NFA 3 times in the same year? You know them very well. You know they're going to bring a lot of energy at you. Tough to win 3 games against the same team in the same year?
Yes, because they've seen all that we have, and we've seen all that they have. So they just look back at what they've seen, and they try to come for us. But, we just push it out. We work together as a team, and that's all that has to be said, really.
Yeah. Now, Coach, last year you went to the state tournament with a couple of losses. This year you're undefeated and headed into the state tournament.
Our record right now is 0-0. 0. We're 0. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
You're not 23-0 right now?
Nope. We're going in 0-0. I don't know how else to say it.
Is winning a championship like this a good building block for the state tournament?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, these kids, they're so resilient. They don't let anything bother them. They come in and they're focused. They work hard in practice every day. They deserve it. I said the other day, they work so hard to get that lead. It doesn't come easy. We have to work so hard, and this one here is just, she's relentless. Even in practice, she goes all out all the time. And we had a lot of players step up today. Leilani McClellan has been playing great. Ty, X, Deja came in, Uzzle came in, and we had some foul trouble. So it's a great team effort right there. Right. Team win, team effort, and that's what we stress as team all the time.
This is your 4th year as an London head coach. Do you feel like this is something special? Are you in the moment, or do you just take it one game at a time?
in the moment, and I'm enjoying this,
Yeah.
of course. I hope they enjoy it too. We had a fun day one day at practice last week where, I gave them prizes and everything. We just kind of let it all loose, and this is fun, and they should be enjoying it. It is a little bit stressful, but I try and take the stress off of them so that they don't feel it. But hey, next game. I don't know when we play. I don't even know, but we'll be ready.
Well, Casey, coach may be stressed, but Rosie is very relaxed, very calm, all business. Back-to-back championships here at Plainfield High School for the Whalers, looking to take another down state championship crown.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. The New London High School girls, undefeated, ranked #1 in the state and #1 in Class L, will open their state tournament on Monday, the 26th of February, against Bristol Eastern, and that will be at home at the John T. Conway Gymnasium. As for us here on game day, we are looking forward to bringing you ECC basketball semifinals Saturday from the X in Waterford, and of course the ECC Division I finals on February 28th, next Wednesday at Waterford High School. A competitive crowd in the ECC. We should see some great games as the dancing has begun for the Whalers here in Plainfield. Rosie can shake it on the court, and she can shake it in the dancing circle.
Yeah, so apparently I'm wrong. The New London Whalers are not 23-0. They're 0-0.
Yes, they're
that
0-0. How else can you? I don't know.
That
what
is
you
the
understand.
company pitch line from a coach at 101 at its very best.
And there is a pretty special moment. You've got a bunch of champions right there. The ECC Division I girls basketball champions and the ECC Division I cheerleaders all together celebrating a couple of trophies over the past week.
Yeah, and again, the special quality of high school sports, the spirit, the team competition, the togetherness, I guess that's a good term to use for high school sports. You don't get that, in college or anything like that, but that is together. That's family right there.
Oh, there's family. The athletic director, Cassie Fletcher, says, girls, come on in. That's a special one right there. Congratulations, New London High School. You've had a heck of a few days, and the boys are going to get ready to start. They got a tough opening matchup with Stonington, but on the boys' side of things, a lot of star power. You got Dev Ostrowski, Mikey Pacetto, Luke Leonard, Trevor Hutchins. NFA's playing great with with Hay
and Miller.
And, you can't sleep on Stonington. You have a really star-packed Division I field. And Division II, St. Bernard's Plainfield, they have had two outstanding games in the regular season, and that would be quite of a trifecta there in Division II.
Yeah, I mean, St. Bernard's got 2 losses all year long. Plainfield, and I believe it was Immaculate, was the other team that beat them. They're riding high, too, and then they're defending Division II champions. Casey, I will ask you this, and do you think that all 4 of the top seeds from the ECC will make it to the semifinals on the boys' side?
Is Ledyard the 4 or the 5?
5.
No, because I think Ledyard's going to beat NFA.
All right.
I think Ledyard's a bad matchup for NFA, even though earlier NFA
tough to beat
them.
a team 3 times in the same season, and NFA's beaten them twice already this year.
And I think it's a tough matchup for that reason. I think that beating someone 3 times can be difficult. I think Ledyard's got a little something going, 5 straight. I think there's a matchup, and it would not surprise me to see Stonington give New London a game. I think New London's got a better chance of losing in the first round. I think if they get to the semifinals, they could upset East Lyme.
Yeah, and again,
or Waterford. Rather.
Right, and I call it a shooter's chance. Yeah. A shooter's chance in that game. Stonington can either shoot their way to victory or shoot their way on team bus early, because that's the type of streaky shooters that Stonington has. I mean, Scott and Perilla and John Luzzy is a tough coach. Is he ready to step up and win that ball game?
Well, we will find out all of that on Saturday. Join us for semifinal action of the ECC Boys Division I. Congratulations, New London High School. You are the girls Division I champions of the ECC for the 2nd straight year. For Peter Wappy, Mike DeMoro, and all of our game day crew, and the sports Dr. Keith O'Brien, I am Casey O'Neill. Good night, everybody.